Hi. Yesterday somebody sent me a video request, so I thought I'd do it. So I've got nothing else to do. I'm gonna incorporate two requests that I've got recently, just as I can, which is a sort of general update, and what keeps me motivated to recover / what keeps me motivated to stay sick. I'll answer the second one first. Sorry, my parents are downstairs and they're literally screaming at the rugby. So if I've put a record on, but if you hear anybody like shrieking, no one's being killed. Okay. What keeps me motivated to stay sick? Eating disorders are really weird in that they're extremely competitive illnesses. Like, normally if somebody asked someone else, like with any other mental illness or physical illness, like, what keeps you motivated to stay sick, people would say, like, that's a really dodgy question to ask, like, I don't want to be sick. And, like, obviously no one, except for people who are really ignorant and have never even been within 10 feet with somebody with an eating disorder, nobody wants one. But I think once you've got one, once you've got one, you get locked in this sort of headspace of sicker is thinner, and I know that not everything about eating disorders is actually to do with weight, but obviously a lot of it is, and you know, sorry, it's banging on sofas, and that sounded so weird. I mean, they're hitting the sofas because they're angry at rugby. Anyway, I'll really get back to this, because I'll ramble like I normally do, and God, I'm so sorry. Whereas, like, it's not necessarily true that with eating disorders, the sicker you are, the thinner you are, because people who think dead like that, who don't have an eating disorder, don't take into account, like, bulimia and binge eating disorder and, you know, EDNOS as well. Like, you can be any size with any of those, but I think anorexia is the sort of go-to eating disorder because it's the one that people have spoken about most, and there is obviously a lot of focus on you know, anorexics being thin. I know that you can still have anorexia at a healthy weight, obviously, but I don't know what it's like in America, but in the UK, to be medically diagnosed, you do have to be under a certain weight with certain physical symptoms, which can go away during recovery, whereas the mental part of it doesn't. But yeah, I've started to ramble, but anyway. So yeah, to stay thin is one sort of motivation to stay sick, I guess. Also, another thing with me is I have a humongous lack of control over everything in my life, because I'm so unorganised. I don't know what the fuck why. I know what I want to do, I don't know how I'm going to get there, I don't know what's going on half the time. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be 19 soon and I'm still stuck living at home. Hopefully that'll change in September, but I mean, because I'm so hopeless at sort of concentrating and organising myself in college, I don't know for sure if that will change. I've got all my offers back from unis, but I need to actually get the grades now. Wish me luck. Yeah, I mean, I think I've never really been somebody who's been able to gain complete control over something, which is why when I developed an eating disorder for a long time it was EDNOS, because I didn't have the self-control to really restrict enough to get a diagnosis for anorexia for a really long time. But then when you get to that point, it's like it's weird because then you think that you're like finally under control when you get to that point, but really that's just another way that you've lost control, I think. But no, I think I panic a lot. I panic that I'm not going to go anywhere in life, and that staying sick is sort of an excuse for that. And if I get better, then I've got no excuse for, being a lazy shit, not knowing what I'm doing, having no control over anything. It's good to have control over one thing, even if it's an extremely unhealthy thing. Also, this is going to sound that I've got other issues. That I'm a fucking narcissist, and if, I love the attention. I mean, obviously, it's not the thing that started off, because I'm shy in college. I don't like talking about it, and it's weird, but I think when you're really ill and you get that kind of attention, I like it, I sap it up, everyone's talking about me, and it's nasty, it's a horrible side of my personality, but there you go. Yeah, anyway, moving on to the slightly more cheerful bit. Motivating myself to recover. Not literally dying is my first point I've got. My body is a mess. I go to the GP more than my elderly grandparents. I am freezing right now. All the heating's on because my body does not know how to regulate temperature anymore. I'll come on to that in a minute. Yeah, basically everything can go wrong with you physically when you have an eating disorder. It's not just losing weight. That's I know that it sounds weird. That's almost a side effect of it, because there are so many other side effects that they become the main effect. I mean, you're sort of it's not even guaranteed that you're going to lose weight with an eating disorder, but with most eating disorders, it's guaranteed that you're going to mess up your body in a lot of other ways. I can do more physically and emotionally. Couldn't go out, couldn't go for walks. Now I can go out and sort of party, because I got easy access to big houses and shit. Not mine, mine's a midget house, but and a little club, a little art space in my local town. I go out most weekends and stuff. I couldn't do that before. Also, even when I was sort of physically healthy enough to do it, I couldn't, because I just end up crying and pissing everybody off, because I didn't have the emotional energy for it. I can concentrate more on college and important things, like getting to university. I don't think that if I was in the same place I was a year ago, I don't think that I would have got any offers back. I don't think I'd even have got an application in on time. I don't think I'd have an academic future, whereas now I think I might do. I can feel better about myself, is a big thing. Because when you're losing weight in such an unhealthy way, no matter how small you get, it's not enough. Whereas now it's I'm not so concentrated on that. Even if I'm not losing weight, I'm still feeling better about myself than when I was, if that makes sense. At the moment, this is my general life update. Oh god, I've gone on for nearly 10 minutes. I think because I've had a lot of other problems lately, relationship problems, friendship problems, other mental health issues, I've been less consumed by an eating disorder. So I don't know if I'm recovering, but I think I'm dealing. It's kind of been pushed to the back of my mind, and I think I've found new ways to sort of mess with my body, because I don't know, it's something that I'm just attracted to doing, I think, and I think as I've gotten older, as this year's gone on, is my record going to finish? It might do. Give me a minute. There we go. I think as I've gotten older, and I want to say wiser, but it's really not much wiser. So I guess it's more knowledgeable of the world and what's out there. I've found new ways to mess up my body. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that on YouTube. I'm not going to go into that. But I mean, you can probably guess. And I think at the moment I'm still losing weight because I'm not really thinking about it at the moment. I always found that when I think about it less, I lose more, which is weird. But I'm not actively restricting, but I kind of have to because I have restricted for so long I physically can't eat much anymore at once. But I guess I'm not really trying to improve that by sort of building up my tolerance, so I don't really know. I don't know. I'm dealing with it. I'm not on the edge of hospital anymore, and I'm not on the edge of killing myself, so I suppose that's all good. Well, hey. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Oh god, I should stop now because I've gone on for 11 minutes. But there you go. Shit, fuck off. There you go. I wasn't saying fuck off to you, I was saying fuck off to my computer.